Quick announcement, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I just revealed the official title of my book, Meet Me at the Summit, which is coming out later this year. You guys may know it as Project Road Trip. I've been documenting the whole process of writing and publishing the book here on YouTube. However, I will be revealing the cover soon. So if you'd like to help with the reveal, which will be at the end of May, you can sign up for free. When you sign up to help with the cover reveal, you will get to see the cover a couple days before everyone else. All I expect in return is that you share the cover on social media when reveal day comes along. So that's it. Go to the link in the description and sign up for the cover reveal. Today is Saturday, I've got work to do, so we're working. So sometimes throughout the work week, I get so overwhelmed with everything that I need to do to keep my business afloat that a lot of the admin work gets pushed to the side. Now today in particular is, May? It's May 1st today. Today is May 1st, and at the beginning of every month I sit down and do all my taxes. So it being a Saturday, I've literally spent like 5 hours of my day doing taxes and tracking expenses, and basically I feel like every single month I relearn how to do it because I never make notes to myself on how to do it, and I changed my mind on how to do it every month. Anyway, today we're not talking about taxes. Taxes are painful, expenses, tracking, all of that, very painfully boring. Today we're going to be talking about cover design because I need to update my website. So my website for book cover design and book formatting was semi-recently updated. I can't remember when I made the update, but basically I haven't touched it since then. But I did make an update where I changed the prices and packages for book cover design to make things more streamlined and to make things make more sense for me and for my clients and to make it clear what came with what packages and all of that jazz. Now that's wonderful. However, I haven't updated my portfolio in a very, very long time. And I just checked today that apparently I've worked with 50 clients, which is just mind-blowing. 50 people trusted me with their books. And I don't know how to process that information, but I can tell you that I do not have 50 books in my portfolio. Now, part of the reason of that is that I can't put something in my portfolio until my client reveals the cover to the public, and I don't want to be the one to accidentally reveal it. So today we're doing two things. We're updating my portfolio to make sure that it's, displaying my best work. And then we are also going to go ahead and reopen my pre-made book covers. So fun story with the pre-made book covers. I used to sell pre-made book covers on my website. And then I don't know if you guys remember when my external hard drive crashed and I lost everything on it. Some of those files, besides being my book, every single cover design I've ever done, and so many other things, but my pre-made book covers were on there as well. Now I've contemplated going back and redesigning those book covers that, like the pre-made book covers that I had already designed. Let's face it, I don't care that much, but over time I have accumulated more pre-made book covers. So today we're going to add the new pre-made book covers back to the shop. Unfortunately for me, out of anger one day, I actually deleted the entire setup for my pre-made book covers. Like, my website was being wonky. It's a WordPress website, and I got very angry and I uninstalled a bunch of plugins, and therefore all my pre-mades disappeared before I really had the chance to decide if that's what I wanted to do. So today I have to add them back into the website and fix the listings and all of that jazz. So first things first, on this lovely Saturday, let's just go ahead and update the portfolio. So this right here is my portfolio, how it looks right now. As you can see, we have a decent amount of book covers, and then I also have a few different tabs where I have a tab for book formatting. I basically just throw in different types of formatting that I've done in the past, so I'm probably gonna update this a little bit. I do know there was a photography book that I formatted, so I'm probably going to add that in here as well. And then I have a tab for marketing material, and this can definitely be updated. I can't remember what I've designed that can be added to the marketing material tab, but I know that I've designed things. Basically, my process to update this portfolio is that I have a very specific filing system on my computer, and I'm not gonna show it to you guys just because I don't want to like accidentally leak any super secret client information. But basically the way it works is I have a folder for graphic design, and then within that folder, everything is sectioned off by client. So I'm going to go client by client, clicking on their folder, and then within the client folder is the different books that they've written. Some clients I've worked with for like 5 books, which has been amazing. So I gotta go through every single book and be like, is this already on my portfolio? If it's not already on my portfolio, I'm gonna look up the book online, and if it pops up on, say, Amazon or on the author's website or social media, then I'm going to go ahead and add it to my portfolio. If it is not online yet and the cover has not been released, I am not going to add it to my portfolio. And that's basically what I do. Is this an efficient system? No. It's probably the most inefficient system. I used to have an Excel sheet that would religiously track everything, and I used to have a survey that I would send out to every single client just to get feedback on the cover design process, if they enjoyed it, if there was anything I could do to improve. And then in the survey, I was also like, when are you revealing your cover? But 9 times out of 10, clients didn't know when they were going to reveal their cover anyways. And so that survey wasn't always helpful for that factor. And like I said, I did used to have an Excel sheet, and I do actually still have an Excel sheet, and it's a very in-depth Excel sheet now. It's very specific. I keep a lot of information. I try to stay as organized as possible. But in that Excel sheet, I used to track, like, has the cover been revealed yet? And for whatever reason, I don't track that anymore, and I probably should, and maybe someday I will, but that day is not today because I've got a long list of to-dos, and to go through all of that would just be a bit of a headache. So it's time to just go through, sort through all the files, and update the portfolio as we see fit. It takes a painfully long time for every single cover file to upload to WordPress, so we're gonna tune back in when we have more progress. Alright, portfolio is all updated, added all the new covers that have been revealed by my clients, and then I also added the photography book to my formatting portfolio as well. So right now my website is getting updated because it needed like 15 different updates, so currently I'm getting an error message on my website. But while the website is updating, I am going to go ahead and get all my pre-mades ready to upload. So I bet you're wondering, how do you make your pre-made covers, Mandy? Well, here's the thing. I am not good at coming up with cover concepts by myself. I also don't really enjoy making pre-made covers for the sake of making pre-made covers, because I don't sell a lot of them. Granted, I haven't had pre-made covers on my website for a very long time, but even when I did have pre-made covers, they didn't sell very often, so I don't want to invest my time into them. However, oftentimes when I design custom covers for clients, I will send them two concepts, and we either combine the two, or they do one of the concepts and then we abandon the other, or sometimes if they don't like two of the concepts, we create a third concept based off their feedback. But basically that means sometimes there are cover concepts that I design and then the client doesn't want them, and then I use them for pre-made book covers. But I will only use them as pre-made covers if it's significantly different from the other concept that the client did end up going with, which usually does happen. When I create custom covers, I do give my clients two different cover options, and I like the options to be very different from each other, just so they can get two different ends of the spectrum, and that way we can work together to create a custom cover that works perfectly, that sort of thing. So I have a list of 4 covers that I want to convert over to pre-made covers. So that means just I change the author name to Stone Ridge Books, which is my company, and then I change the title to book title or the book title, or basically anything generic. And then I have to add them back onto my website. Now, originally, I had them on my website under WooCommerce. So when a client wanted a pre-made book cover, they would add the cover to their cart and they would check out and all of that. I personally hate the payment methods, and I hate everything about WooCommerce. I'm going to be honest. I don't like WooCommerce. I don't think it's very user-friendly. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to make another portfolio, and I'm going to somehow figure out how to number each cover and then do a contact form. So if someone wants a pre-made cover, they have to contact me, tell me which cover they're interested in, and then I will work with them to update the title and all of that jazz. Let's just get into that while my website continues to just forever update. Look at that. I uploaded all the pre-made book covers, so now we can add them to the web page. Okay, and just like that, I'm done updating my portfolio. The pre-mades are back on my website, and there's a contact form that you can fill out if you're interested. My pre-mades start at $50. Basically, every pre-made cover on my website is $50, but that's only the ebook cover. And if you want to upgrade to a paperback, then there's an additional charge. Or if you like the cover but there's like a few things you want to modify about it, I do allow the option that we can do those modifications, but there is an additional fee if the modification is beyond just the text of the cover. But we can change other stuff if you are ever interested. So keep an eye on the pre-mades. I do have an Instagram for my cover design, which is Stone Ridge Books LLC. Admittedly, I'm really bad at posting there just because I have been so overwhelmed with my clients, which is a good thing, but bad thing marketing-wise. So, yeah. So, since this is a video where we're talking about cover design, and I also did my taxes today, and when I say taxes, I mean I document my expenses and income on a monthly basis. But I did want to talk about the fact that as someone whose main income is basically my cover design. My income comes from a bunch of different places, but for the most part, it mostly comes from cover design and then the book launch planner store, which is the book launch planner itself and all the stickers I create, which I have like a sticker subscription and fun writing stickers, all of that. So those are the two main sources of income. But the thing with the cover design is that it is highly unpredictable. With my store, I kind of of understand the ebbs and flows of selling products and mailing products and all of that. But when it comes to freelance work where you're working one-on-one with another client, it's absolutely crazy how some months you can be super, super busy. And I don't mean work-wise, I mean just booking clients-wise. Because I've learned, or at least for me, I'm always super, super busy. Every month, I can't remember the last time where I wasn't almost fully booked. And I say that loosely because, like, there are times where I'm fully booked, but my definition of fully booked is like maxed out. So most of the time I'm slightly less than fully booked with my cover design clients. So I'm just always busy, always answering emails every single day. However, despite having a heavy workload all the time, the cash flow is very unpredictable. So for example, for my clients have to pay a 50% deposit to schedule. And then the second half of their payment is not due until either we have to pause the design process or the design process is fully finished and they have to pay the rest of their fee before I send them all their finished files wrapped up nicely in a Dropbox folder. And just as an FYI, pausing the design usually happens when I work with a cover client and we design the cover and the cover is perfect, but the client hasn't formatted their book yet, so they don't know the final page count. Maybe they don't have the final blurb for their book yet. So for that reason, we pause the cover design process so they can go ahead and format their book and they can figure out the blurb and then come back to me when they have a final page count and all the rest of the info I need to design a wrap. So that's what pausing the design process means. But because of that, it's absolutely crazy that there can be some months, and I've literally had this happen, where I schedule maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 clients into the future. So maybe I'm fully booked for June and now I'm fully booked for July, and it's absolutely crazy. So I'll have some months where my income for cover design is just amazing. I feel like I'm living the high life. And then usually that is followed by another month where now that I'm fully booked, I can't really book any more clients. So therefore, I'm not making any more money, and I only make the second half of those other payments until after I finish a certain point in the process. And for some clients that can happen very fast, and for some clients the process takes a little bit longer. And it varies so much, and my biggest helper has always been to have those Excel sheets. So I have Excel sheets that are categorized by what months I'm working with what clients, what files they require from me, and all of that. And then on top of that, I now have a separate folder. So I have an Excel document, and then next to the Excel document I have a folder, and within that folder there's all of these Word documents, and each client has their own Word document where I keep track of all the information of the book. And that's where things tend to get a little more messy. Some clients have much more organized Word docs than other clients do, and that's completely on me. It just is a matter of how organized I'm feeling that day, and trying to get more organized long term. But yeah, I think it's very interesting to be a freelancer and to have those really, really great months where, I'll be honest, there are some months where cover design can sometimes bring me in thousands of dollars, and then there are other months of cover design that I'm lucky if it's a couple $100s. And like I've been talking throughout this entire video, all of my income and expenses I track on a monthly basis. So at the end of every month, I sit down and I figure out my income, my expenses, and then give myself a paycheck accordingly. So whatever I'm getting paid for that month should last me another 4 weeks until the next month comes along. Yeah, I don't know if this video was interesting. Let me know if this video was interesting. I've had it on my to-do list to film for a very long time, and today I need to do those things, so I was like, let me do those things and film the process while I'm at it. So I figured I would do that. So this is what I do on my Saturdays sometimes. I catch up with stuff, and I'm not done yet. I have a few more things around the house that I want to do, possibly a few more work-related things if I feel motivated to, but probably not, knowing me. And yeah, that's what my Saturdays can look like sometimes. Sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm hiking, sometimes I'm honestly lying in bed and recuperating. But things have been very chaotic lately. I can tell that I'm about to go into a book release, and I'm trying to get ahead of the curve before I fall behind. So thank you all for watching. Next week's video is going to be very exciting because it's the 1-year anniversary for the book launch planner, so I've got some very fun things planned for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.